Hey everyone, it's Sarah here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Sims 4 speed build. So today we're going to be building in the world of Brindleton Bay, which is the world that we got with the Cats and Dogs expansion pack. And as you guys have already seen from the title and the thumbnail, we're going to be building a house for a veterinarian sim today, or a sim who owns the vet clinic. So it was a few months ago, I think, that I built a vet clinic in Brindleton Bay, and it's right next to this lot. I don't know what this neighborhood's called, but I think it's the one up on the right, top right of the map when you're looking at the world. It's kind of a weird area, honestly, because the lots are very spread out, and there's a ton of trees and stuff around it, so it's kind of this out of the way neighborhood, or I don't even feel like it really looks like a neighborhood, honestly. And I think that this particular lot that I'm building on would have been better for just a park, because there are trees all in front of it, like right in front of the house. There is just a wall of trees. So I actually had to take the gallery picture for this house. I had to take it on a different lot because the trees are literally covering up the whole house. You couldn't even see a corner of the house when I tried to take the gallery picture, which is super frustrating, but it's okay. So I had to actually move it to one of the more city lots to take the gallery picture, but I really like this lot though because it does connect to my little vet clinic, and it's kind of got this dirt path that leads up to the vet clinic. So as I was building this house, I kind of had in my mind that the owner of the vet clinic would live here, and I was thinking at first that, and this does change, but I was thinking at first that the owner of the vet clinic maybe was a bachelor and he works all the time. He didn't have time for a family. Like, he spends all his time on rescuing animals, taking care of the animals at his vet clinic, and he just doesn't get out much. But I still wanted him to have a kind of a nice house, and so I decided to build this. Also, I love the inspiration for this build. I've had it saved for such a long time. I've wanted to build this house ever since I saw it. I knew I wanted to build it in Brindleton Bay. So I will go on and put that picture up on the screen now where you guys can see it as well. But I love this house so much that I actually have this saved multiple times on Pinterest. And every time it comes up, I think I save it. And so finally, I just decided it was time to build it. And so that was the original story. I was going to build it for a single sim who just works, like he's a workaholic and he doesn't have time to do much else. Then I got into the interior and started working on the floor plan, and I realized that this was way too much house for a single sim. This house ended up having 4 bedrooms total, plus an office space, and then of course everything that you actually need, like kitchen and living room. There was plenty of space for all that. So this house looks kind of small, but it's actually quite large in the interior, and so I had to change gears a little bit, and I decided to make this pretty much the same story, but just go on and give him a family. Like, maybe he's already found love and he's spending a little less time at the vet clinic. I think I ended up doing a room for a teenager and then 2 twin children is what I ended up going with. But that is basically the story for this house. It got a little bit complicated because I did have to add a bunch more space on the interior. But when you see the yard area, the front and the back, you can kind of understand that originally I was building this for a single sim, because there's nothing family about the exterior of this house. There's no kids play equipment. There's nothing like that. I was just totally at this point still building for one sim who was never home as well, because that's what I kind of did with the landscaping. I wanted it to kind of have a wild look. I don't have a lot of flowers with this build because I didn't want it to look like there was someone taking care of the garden. There are a lot of flowers on the interior, but not on the exterior. And I was also going to try to do a little bit more sparse landscaping, and that didn't work either. I don't know why. I felt a little insecure about it, and I felt like all the empty spaces were just kind of an eyesore, and I just couldn't do it. I gave up and I went on back to my cluttered landscaping, as you guys can see. But I did want it to just have a really wild look. I didn't want it to look like it had been kept up really well, and I feel like it does look like that. I feel like it looks pretty wild. The backyard area does have a grill area, but it's very, very small, and I really just needed to put something in that area. But also, the biggest part of the backyard is a little dog obstacle course. I think it's just for the dogs. I don't know if the cats use it or not, but I feel like it's just for the dogs. but it's a little obstacle course. And so if you did want to download this house from the gallery and you wanted to actually put a swing set out there or some playground equipment, I don't blame you at all. Feel free to change the yard however you like, because it doesn't really go along with the house, because I kind of, like I said, I shifted gears halfway through building this and kind of changed the plan a little bit, so the exterior of the house doesn't really match the interior. But the way I was thinking about it, I figured maybe this family gets out and they go to the beach every morning and they don't hang around the house anyway. So that's how I made myself feel better about it. But of course, as always, if you guys do get this off the gallery, feel free to use it however you want, and also for whatever sim you want. It doesn't have to be someone who owns a vet clinic, just whatever makes you happy. But that is the story of this house pretty much. So I will go on and talk about the big news, I guess, this week. I actually don't know when you guys are going to see this video, so hopefully it's not too delayed and what I'm saying is still makes sense. But we did find out, I think it was yesterday, they released the official trailer for the new expansion pack. So when you guys see this, it's actually going to be a little while later. Yeah, we're getting horses for The Sims 4. I will tell you guys, I'm not a horse girly. I never really have been around horses very much. I mean, I think they're lovely, but I just don't know that much about them. But I am very excited for all the people who have wanted this pack for so long. I feel like I'm pretty easygoing when it comes to Sims packs, because I'm pretty much happy with anything. I just don't get too invested in it. I don't feel like there's anything that I just want really bad in the game right now. So yeah, I just kind of get excited whenever we get new items and new worlds and stuff like that. So I'm quite happy anyway. But I know that this is very important to a lot of people. So if you are someone who has been waiting on this, then I'm very happy for you. And hopefully it will turn out to be what everybody wants it to be and what everybody kind of is expecting. But I don't know, when I first saw that it was kind of like a ranching pack, I don't have a clue what I want to build when we actually get the pack. I don't know. I've never really had a bunch of ranching builds in my mind, but maybe that's just because we don't really have that kind of world. I'm sure that I'll figure out something when the pack actually comes out. But yeah, that's very exciting news. Honestly, after I watched the trailer, the biggest part that I was excited about was the barn doors. I'm so excited that I don't have to make my own barn doors anymore with the T.O.O.L mod. And I mean, I say that, I mean, clearly I don't actually know that we're getting barn doors, but if we don't, that is a wasted opportunity. And so I'm pretty sure that they'll give us barn doors. Surely we'll get some kind of a barn door, because they were on the buildings. I saw them in the trailer. So I'm very excited about that. Hopefully that will actually happen. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the new expansion pack. Are you excited? And just whatever you're thinking about it. I'm interested. I always love hearing what you guys have to say as well. But I think that was the only big news in the Sims world this week. So now we're on to the interior of the house. And this is a little kitchen area. I ended up using the counters from the Spa Day pack. And I like these counters, okay, but I don't like the end pieces, the corner pieces. I don't like those because they're curved instead of just a straight line, and I don't know, I don't really have very many builds where I want that, and so I just don't really like it that much. But I did choose to use them because I really like this color blue, and the interior for this house, that is the color theme, is blue and white. It's very coastal is what I was going for, and those cabinets definitely match that vibe better than anything else that I could find. And so I was really happy with that. And I placed a little microwave down, and let me tell you guys, I play tested this yesterday, and I usually play test with Johnny Zest, which is who you'll see in the end screen. But I did place this little family here, and they were trying to use that microwave. I could not get the microwave to work for anything. And so I kept moving stuff because I have some stuff up on top of it. And then I had a few things beside it, I think. I ended up using the little utensil holder. I don't know if you guys know which one I'm talking about, but it's a base game item. It's literally named something to do with utensils. It's got little wooden spoons and stuff in there. I ended up having that right next to the oven, which is right next to the microwave. And it turns out that that utensil holder was stopping functionality for the microwave, and I don't understand that. I've talked about this in the last few speed builds I've done, how much trouble I'm having with kitchen counter clutter and having to delete stuff because I end up putting up too much clutter. But I really have tried to not use as much clutter, and I still have functionality issues. And I don't think that that utensil holder should be causing functionality issues when it's an object that's meant to be put on the kitchen counters. But that's just me. It was kind of funny to watch them after I got it fixed, because I think I moved it to the other counter. And then I had to delete another object off another counter to make that one functional. But long story short, after I got the microwave working, those Sims were going at that microwave full force, and I have never seen that before in any of my households. But I think out of the 5 Sims that I placed here, I think 4 Sims were in the kitchen trying to make microwave dinners, and I have no idea why. It was kind of weird. But anyway, everything works now. I did play test this house, and I checked everything, and I do have to move some stuff around. Sometimes I have to delete stuff like the clutter, but if you guys get this off the gallery, everything should be functional and working for you. But then in the dining room area, that's the part of the house that on the exterior, I kind of had 2 windows layered over each other. Well, they're not really layered, but there's like one on top and one on bottom. And I really loved the way it looked on the exterior, but it does not look as good on the interior. It looks a little bit weird, so I ended up covering all those up with some curtains from Island Living. And they're like the floor-to-ceiling curtains, and so it covers it all up. But there's a few areas of the house that are like that I tried to just hide that as best I could with some curtains, because on the exterior the windows match up perfectly, and then on the interior one of them has a bigger frame than the other one, and I just didn't really like the way it looked. But I tried to cover it up as well as I could. I really loved the circular dining table. I just think that looked so good. I loved that area. And then this build does have 2 bathrooms total, which you guys only saw me decorate 1. But there's another one upstairs, and it has a bathtub in case you had like more kids or something. I don't have a nursery build or a toddler's room in this particular house, but if you wanted to change something out or something, there is a bathtub up on the 2nd floor. And then there's, like I said, 4 bedrooms total. So you guys have already seen me decorate the teenager's room, and I decorated it kind of like pink and frilly, so you could change that if you'd like, but I don't know why. That's just kind of what I was going with. And that's the only room that's a different color, I think. Everything else is blue and white. But then the main bedroom, or the parents' bedroom, has the door that leads out into the backyard. I tried to place some cat and dog stuff all throughout the house, but I'm not going to lie, sometimes I forget about it. I think I got enough pet beds for sure, but I tried to get, several options for that, because like I said, in my mind, this sim would constantly be rescuing animals and taking new animals in and stuff like that. So I tried to add just a bunch of stuff, and I have it kind of sprinkled throughout the house. And then this little area is going to be the twin kids' rooms. And I just went with this blue kind of bed from the Cats and Dogs pack. Now, I don't usually use a lot of the furniture that came from the Cats and Dogs pack, the ones that are actually cat and dog themed. Hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about when I say that, because I love the furniture that came with the Cats and Dogs pack. But I think it's most of the kids' furniture that some of them have like the little paw handles, the paw print handles and stuff. And I don't know, they're just kind of oddly shaped in my opinion, and so I just don't use them a whole lot. But I did use those beds because I liked the color of them. And so yeah, that was the kids' bedroom, and there's not really a lot to it, to be honest. I forgot to really add much kid activities to it. I was thinking about it later. I thought I should have added like a drawing table or something, but I didn't remember that. And then also on the first floor was a little hobby room, so I put like some art areas in there, and just one art area. I don't know why I said that, it's just one easel, but I did include one of the pianos from the new Growing Together pack as well, just because it was this baby blue color and it was so pretty. And so I included that in there, and I really like the way that room turned out. I included some of the painter rewards as well, so you should be able to get pretty inspired if your Sims are painting in there, because it's a pretty small room. And then up on the 2nd floor we have a guest bedroom, which I did not add a lot of personality to at all. It's very, very simple, and I just was out of ideals. I didn't have any more ideals to add to this house, so I thought guest bedroom will work. And then that, of course, you could change out to be a grandparent's room, or you could just delete all the furniture and make it into a nursery or a toddler's room or anything like that. But I honestly was really tired of building by the time I got to the 2nd floor. This house took a lot longer than I thought it was going to be, and like I mentioned earlier, it was also a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be when I first started building. So I do get really tired towards the end of builds. I've talked about this before. And I just feel like you can usually tell the last rooms that I built in the house because they just kind of go down in quality. But I think I also get a little bit of decision fatigue as well while I'm building because I just get really tired. But anyway, this last little room is kind of the office for the sim that runs the vet clinic. I felt like that made sense. And I included a little puzzle table and just some like little kids artwork and stuff because I felt like this sim would let his kids be in his office. He's not going to tell them that they can't be. But anyway, that is pretty much it for the build. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. I always love hearing from you guys, and thanks so much for hanging out with me today during this speed build. I hope you all are doing really, really well, and hopefully I will talk to you guys soon with another one.